Children love staring competitions with their parents, but the competition is a front. We know what the child wants, we know what the parent wants. They want face-to-face. Or think of the long-distance relationship. There are lovers who are sick of letters and phone calls. What do they want? Face-to-face. Or think of misunderstandings that happen in the workplace. There are accusations that are escalating, their emails are flying. What do they need in order to resolve it all? Face-to-face. There's something incredibly powerful about being face-to-face with someone else. When someone draws their face near, perhaps they want to kiss you, perhaps they want to whisper something, tell you a secret. It speaks of closeness, transparency, openness, friendship, love. There is knowing and being known, face-to-face. In Exodus chapter 33, we read about Moses going into the tent of meeting at the foot of Mount Sinai and speaking with the Lord, Exodus 33 from verse 11, speaking with the Lord face to face as one speaks to a friend. This is incredible intimacy. The Lord Almighty face to face as someone speaks to their friend. Whatever this means whatever it means for mankind to be in the image of God, I think this is its consummation. A human and God face to face in fellowship. This is what you and I were built for. Moses had this privilege intermittently and only for a matter of minutes or perhaps hours. Even so, these encounters had a remarkable effect on him. His own face would radiate after his face-to-face with the Lord. When he went back to the people, Exodus 34 describes how he would veil his face because they couldn't bear to see that reflected glory fading away. He glowed with it. But all of this sets us up for an encounter later on in Exodus 33. In Exodus 33, Moses is speaking to the Lord on top of the mountain. And in verse 18, he asks to see God Most High's glory. But in verse 20, God Most High responds, "You cannot see my face, for no one may see me and live." And again in verse 23, he says, "My face must not be seen." And what's going on? Is the Lord moody? Is it like at sea level he's friendly, but at altitude he becomes aloof? No. The face-to-face Lord at the foot of Sinai is, as we've seen, the angel of the Lord, the presence of the Lord, the glory of God. He is the one who has been leading the people. He is God the Son. The unseen Lord on the mountain is God Most High. To say it another way, the Son is the image of the invisible God. And on top of the mountain, Moses is speaking to God the Father. And what is their topic of conversation? God the Son. You see, Moses wants to know how they are going to move forwards from here. The angel of the Lord has brought them out of Egypt and he's brought them to the mountain. Great. Now what? Moses says in verse 12, "You have been telling me, lead these people, but you have not let me know whom you will send with me." Well, Moses is being forgetful here. The Most High had already reassured Moses that the angel of the Lord will continue to go with them. You can check that out in Exodus chapter 23, verse 20. But maybe Moses has lost confidence after the golden calf incident. Maybe he's thinking, will God really send his son even for such dreadful sinners as us? Well, the Father reassures him with verse 14. "My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest." Presence is literally the word face. The Father is saying, the face-to-face Lord will go with you. He is pledging the help of his Son, his angel, his presence, the Lord Jesus. And when Moses hears this, he is satisfied. Then, verse 15, Moses said to him, "If your presence does not go with us, do not send us up from here. Give me Jesus or give me death," he says. Moses wants the Father's face, and he has it in the Father's Son, the face-to-face Lord. What about us? We might rejoice that Jesus has saved us from the Egypt of our sin, but what about now? Are we now just left to ourselves in this wilderness of a world? Are we just waiting for glory, but largely on our own? No, we have the presence of the Lord. And this presence, the Lord Jesus, is given to us so much more extravagantly than Moses ever had the Lord given to him. In Moses' day, Christ tabernacled with the Israelites at a distance, and only Moses and Joshua had access sometimes. Since Christmas, Christ has tabernacled with us in the most intimate way imaginable. He has become one of us, our brother in every way. Anyone can have access to God's face because God's face has been sent as man for man, as a human and for the human race. Right now, in Jesus, we have God's face turned towards us, His smile, His compassion. If you lived in Moses' day, wouldn't you want to pop along with Moses and speak with the Lord face to face as you might speak to a friend? Wouldn't you want that? Wouldn't you look forward to a rare opportunity to catch even a glimpse of the face of God? You have it. You have the face of God. By the Spirit, any time you like, you can look to the Christ of the Gospels and you can know the face, the presence, the smile of God. Anytime you like, you can speak with the Lord Jesus as you might speak with your friends. You know, before you go off and do anything else today, why don't you right now speak to this Lord Jesus as you would speak to a friend? Today, enjoy the privilege of face to face.